Hello there and welcome to James Hennon on YouTube. Today I've decided to make a video for a new 3-card spread that I've come up with that helps to focus on a problem or an issue that you've got at the moment, explains a little bit about what the issue is about, and then explains what you can do about it and gives guidance on how to go about it. So it's going to be a 3-card spread, and what I'm going to do now is give it a little shuffle. Get straight into it. This is just a general spread, so this will give insight that will help. So just think of a current situation or problem or dilemma that you might have and see if you can get something from this. For me, this is about over a certain situation where I need to help myself with a goal I'm trying to achieve. So we're just going to give it a little shuffle. As an example, I'm not going to go into it quite as much as I would do with the shuffling, but it's just to generally give you an idea of how effective this spread can be to help you. So that's enough of a shuffle even. I'm just going to deal it straight off the top. So the first card is the issue or the problem is what's described with this card. To the left, we then place a card like that, so that talks about what's best to do, what you need to do. And the right-hand card is how to do that, or the best way to go about that. So before I start turning over the cards, what we're talking about here in the first card is an issue or a problem. Now, this could be any issue or any problem with any part of your life. This could be to do with a relationship issue, a marriage issue. It could be to do with a career issue, a financial issue, an issue with your lifestyle, an issue with a property, or any other kind of issue that could be important to you. So it will be reflected in this card, and it will show you what actually is the problem, how the problem is actually seen as it actually is. Of course, the second card will then talk about what you need to do about it, or what you could do about it, should I say, what you could do about it. And the third card really talks about how you would be able to do what you see in this card. How would you actually go about sorting the problem out or the issue out the best you could? So it gets straight to the point. So let's dive straight in and see what we've got here in this example reading. Now, the problem or the issue with this spread, the card that we've got in that position, is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, as an issue or a problem, this would suggest that at the moment you are in a position of evaluating and assessing the situation. And the issue is you don't really know whether or not to stick with what you're doing, or whether or not to cut your losses and start afresh. So you're at a standstill at the moment and you're having to have a look at things. So the issue is having to have a look to assess what you want to do next, where you want to go. And the problem is you don't really know at this stage which of the two options is best for you. That's why you've paused to evaluate. So this spread is instantly talking, is talking instantly about that. Now, you might have had success in the past, previously, as we can see with to the left of the figure there, what's been amassed before. But obviously there is a reason something isn't quite right at the moment. And the issue is whether or not, you want to make some tweaks, make some adjustments and carry on down the same path, or whether you want to look at different options or maybe new options that could be beneficial to the situation for which you find yourself in. So that's the actual issue. Now, if we turn over this card, this is what you need to do. Now, what you need to do is obviously you need to make an important choice. An important choice needs to be made. Well, it's not quite as simple as that, because you need to commit to what is the right choice for you. At the moment, you may not know completely what that choice is, but what needs to come out of the assessment initially that you're making is that you need to give yourself enough time to make the correct choice, the right choice, and then commit to a choice. You cannot have two options hanging in the air all the time. Sooner or later, you have to go over this to decide which of these two options is going to serve the best purpose. If it's a relationship problem or marriage problem, what you've got to realize is if you make the decision to part ways, is that the right decision? Is that going to take you where you want to go? Or is trying to work things out perhaps through some sort of by getting advice from a relationship counsellor, or just making some adjustments and making some changes within the relationship or marriage, will that be enough? What is the right choice? So you have to commit, and once you've committed to it, once you've listened to your inner self, your intuition, and you've logically looked at it as well, once you're in agreement, then obviously that's what you have to do. But overall, telling you what you need to do with this situation is you need to make that committed decision. Now, what you have to do, or how to go about it, should I say, is the strength card. So you have to be compassionate and tolerant, and you have to dig deep and put yourself in a good, think and consider what's going to put you in a good, strong position with this decision. And you need to be patient and understanding as things unfold. But you've got to be in a position to be able to use a kind of soft control rather than trying to force issues or trying to force the situation. But you need to be looking to put yourself in a good, favourable position to be able to make the decision that needs to be made. Now, what is going to put you in a stronger position? Which of the two options is going to be better for you further down the line? If it's a career question, if you're not earning enough money from your ventures, your business or your work, then you have to go through deciding on whether or not you could do perhaps more hours at work, or look for promotion, look for a different position within work. If that's not going to be possible, then maybe you would have to consider looking for another job that does pay more money, or if it's your self-employed business, you'd have to look for other contacts in that. But it's about kind of having that understanding of what you're trying to do and putting yourself in that position of strength. But you've got to be tolerant and patient and understanding as you go through this. Things will sort themselves out, but you need to be able to work through it, whatever it is that you've got to do. And you've got to come to terms with the fact that hard control isn't going to solve the problem by letting your inner beast, as we can see here, run riot. You've got to have a more calmer approach, as this woman is, and a bit of patience as things begin to work themselves out. But you've got to, as I say, look for the strongest of the options and draw on your inner strength and fortitude as you take on these challenges, because it means that you're going to have to put yourself in a strong position. You're going to have to challenge yourself. So you're going to have to be brave and resilient as you go about making the decision, and whatever decision that you commit to, which we saw in the Lovers card, whichever decision that is, you've got to stick with it and work with it. So there's a quick example of the spread. So it's talking about reflecting about a position you're in. The best course of action is to make a decision and be committed to a decision that's right for you. And the Strength card says put yourself in the strongest position. That's how you go about it. You need to be strong in what you're doing, but you also need to be patient and tolerant and understanding as you go through the challenges that you're going to face involved within the situation in which you need to decide on. So put yourself in a good, favourable position whilst making decisions on what you're evaluating. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed and you enjoy the videos, please do. And feel free to share this video with anybody who you feel it might be beneficial to. Until next time, thank you very so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.